Bring that ass back like a boom, 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 boom.
Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today's video we're going to look at refreshing the S13. After refreshing it last time, the first event, I took it out straight away, stoved it into a wall front and rear, so completely destroyed it. So looking to use some of this time pretty wisely. I've got no events coming up due to the virus, so spend the time fixing up the car and cleaning it up. Basically, every single panel on it is destroyed, cracked, dented, scratched, broken. The rear bars are bent, so I've got to put new ones of those on. And yeah, clean it all up again. I've got most of the stuff here. I've got another rear bar, some new fenders, some new skirts. I've got the old wing which might make a comeback. Got some new over fenders here. So only thing I don't have is the front bar, so I don't know if I can really bother buying another one. I might try and repair this one. It's in about 3 pieces though, I think, and I'm not very good at fiberglassing, so we'll have to have a look and see if we can paste this back together. All broken through there, but yeah, let's get to ripping all this broken stuff off and fitting up all the new stuff. Alright, Silvia is all apart, looking pretty bare, and getting it ready to chuck all the panels on. Got to do a bit of bar work back here and fix that side up, and get everything ready to get mounted on. But damn, it looks naked. Alright, let's get to chucking some panels on. Alright, so I got all the panels and that test fitted, all welded on. Just got to put the rear bash bar on so we can mount up the rear bar. But I was going to take all the boot and stuff off so I can do that, so I thought I'd show you what it's going to look like. So I've got the old wing back on as well, and yeah, looks a little bit cleaner. Gonna have to sand the whole thing down, do a bit of bogging, a bit of fiberglassing, but should be all sweet. But yeah, now for the sanding part, which is everyone's favourite bit. Not this side. Should be pretty rad. Alright, so spent a lot of yesterday doing a lot of sanding. Got most of it sort of roughed up. Still got to probably spend most of today sanding it down as well. It's probably the most time I've spent sanding a car down, so it better come up somewhat half decent. The door, I think, is actually the original door from the car. It's got like, I don't know, I'd say at least 6-7 different coats of paint. So it was black. I did that with just spray cans, so that's why that's all shitty. Before that it was silver, then red. So they're the 3 colours that I've painted it. When I got it, it was white, which you can see there. Then I think the white was done properly, so it looks like there's a primer down as well. And then underneath that, it was like a brownie sort of colour. And then the original colour, I think, was that dark blue that the Silvia's come in. The issue with this door is, I think this is the only original panel on the car, but because it's got so much shit paint on it, try and sand it, and the paint kind of just melts and turns to shit. So I've gotten some paint thinners, not paint thinners, paint stripper. So I'm going to try this out. Gonna try that out, and the door, the roof, and I think that's it. They're gonna be the 2 bits that are original from the car. They're gonna have heaps of layers of paint on it, so we'll strip them down. Now I can start sanding those back. I've made some repairs to the bumper. I didn't bother filming it because it's pretty boring, but some fiberglass repairs and that. I might go over with a top coat bog or whatever, but this bumper is absolutely destroyed. There's holes in it everywhere, holes through there. So I'm not going to spend too long on it. Get it looking somewhat like a bumper again. If I'm not happy with it, I can just buy another bumper and paint that up. But yeah, got the rear bar done, the side skirt's done, and yeah, anyone says they enjoy doing this for a living, they've got something wrong with them, because I hate sanding, I hate prep work. That's why I always just rattle can my cars, because you go out drifting, crash it first lap, and then you got to paint it again. You'll spend a week, or I don't know what a normal paint job takes for someone to do, but yeah, a long time. So anyway, we'll get back into it, and yeah. So I haven't used paint stripper for a long time, but I'm pretty sure we're doing it the right way. You just paint it on pretty thick, and then you leave it for a few minutes, and you'll see it start to sort of start peeling like that. And it sort of just eats into the paint, and then it makes the paint nice and soft, and then you just get a normal scraper like this one and scrape it off. So it's only been on there for a couple of minutes now, so I should probably leave it for a little bit longer, but we'll see. Oh yeah, you can see how it's kind of just scraping it like that, and it's gone straight down to white. So that was the last good paint job, but yeah, we'll see how far we need to get down and see how it goes. Let's leave it for a little bit longer. Alright, here we are. Got the car all prepped and ready to go. So I spent a few days on it. Didn't really do a lot of filming on it because it's pretty boring to watch me sand a car. Yeah, went over it with, I think it was 40 grit sandpaper on all these surfaces, because they had like 3 or 4 layers of crappy spray can paint, which was really hard to get off. So I got that off. Some of this stuff I only had to go over with 120 and 240, which was alright. And yeah, now it's looking alright. Just got to clean it back, tape it up, get it ready for painting. Got all the side skirts and bumpers and stuff over here. Got our little gazebo that we normally take to the track. So got to set that up as a spray booth, and yeah, make up a little, put a fan in that over there so it extracts all the air. Maybe put a little hole over there that draws the air in through or whatever. But yeah, we're getting there. So we get to start prepping up this booth and cleaning up the car, masking it up, getting it ready for paint. Today we are painting up the S13, a DIY non-painter, me, painting a car. So I've painted a few cars before, never done it properly, and it's never looked good in the end. Most of the time I've just rattle canned them and it comes out shit. But today we're gonna try and do it semi, keyword being semi, properly. So we're setting up the booth now. Basically just using our marquee that we normally take to the track. Just put some plastic sides on it. I got these plastic sides from Bunnings. They were like $6 for 8 of them or whatever. I think I used like 10 so far. I might chuck some on the floor, or I might just try and wet the floor down or whatever. But I'm not too sure about that yet. And then I've just left this bit open so I can still get the car in there. Car's been sanded down. All I've got to do now is wax and grease remover the whole lot, clean it up, tape up all the windows and wheels and all the stuff that doesn't need to be painted, roll it in there, put some primer on it, have some paint on it, clear on it, and away she goes. So let's hope this one turns out alright. It's only the drift car anyway, so I would have just rattle canned it. Surely doing it somewhat semi-properly is going to turn out a little bit better than spray cans. Even if it looks just the tiniest bit better, I'll be happy. Just wanted to sort of learn how to actually paint somewhat properly. Obviously I don't have a booth, I don't have heaters or anything like that, so it's definitely not going to be the best, but yeah, take a look and we'll see how it goes. Got our booth all set up. Well, something I didn't realise was when the fan's on, it's got to get the air from somewhere, and it just brought all the plastic sheets in and nearly touching on the car and stuff at the back here. So hopefully I'll leave this gap over here open for the air to get in, and hopefully it goes straight through like that and doesn't let the plastic touch anything. Turn the fan on and have a look. Got our new gun, got all our thinners, paint, primer, clear, all that stuff. We've got to work out how to use. Put a little bit of water down on the floor after I swept it to keep the dust down. But look at the sides. Stuff on the sides in. This back one's the worst. But it's not touching the car, so I should be able to work around that. I probably should have just used a little fan because that one's a bit excessive. But oh well. Just spray it up. Not quite sure I got that, but what's the problem? It's in 1100, 900 and 700. But this is 500. It's a bit of a predicament. Do I make 900 and then we got 2 lots of this? And this is the colour the car's going to be. Actually, how am I going to see when to stop? Can you see when to stop? Me. We want to go to 900, which is the middle one. And I assume A. So there. Alright, ready? Good chap. Yeah. Whoa. I can see it anyway. Okie dokie. Oh no, we want to go to B and 10%. This is not very accurate measuring when you don't know what the measurements mean. We'll start slowing it down. That's a good B. It's a nice looking B. Good looking B indeed. Now how do we do the thinner? Thinly. Not thickly. Trusty, clean mixing utility. Alright, so we got however many mils of this, I can't remember, and a little bit over 10% of thinners. Apparently the guy at the shop said 10% of thinners fills up all the imperfections. So we're gonna go with that. Getting my Breaking Bad costume on. I don't know how this works. There we go. Alright. Let's test it on the wall first. That's definitely going the wrong way. How's that going the wrong way? Don't fucking point it at me. Facing that way. The more you know. Yep, not like that. By the way, I have no idea what I'm doing. It might look like I do, but I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. It looks like it's spraying. Yeah. Go for it. One way to learn. Do the bumper first because that's stuck in it. Definitely gonna move this out the way. Yeah, you thought this was a good idea. This is harder than it looks. Yeah, it looks hard. Oh, there's one coat of primer down. Definitely a few flaws in the way I've done it. The tape didn't hold down too well around the windows and that, so I might have to go over that and try and tape that up a bit better. Got some paint on the front window down here somewhere, but I might have to scrape that off after. That's alright. The car itself actually doesn't look too bad. The bumper, which was very average, definitely came out bad. You can see all the cracks and holes and stuff like that, but looks alright from far away, hopefully. Yeah, anyway, gonna give this a few more coats of primer, and then yeah, let it sit overnight and then sand it back tomorrow and chuck some paint on. Well, that's it for day one. Got 3 layers of primer on there and ready to dry up, and then sand back tomorrow morning, and then we can chuck some colour on it. Had a few issues. Didn't realise that I shouldn't have used plastic on here. What it did is it all dried on there after the first coat, and then when you went for the next coat it started flaking off, and then big chunks were going all over the paint, which was really annoying. But luckily this is the primer coat, and we've got to give it a quick sand back before we put the colour on anyway, so hopefully we can't notice too much of that. But yeah, it came out alright. So yeah, got all those panels up there done as well, all these ones, and yeah, we'll get back to it tomorrow with the sanding and chuck some colour on. Alright, on to day 2. Everything's primed up, got it sanded back, cleaned up, about to lay down some paint. So getting the paint mixed up now. Now I can see what colour we're going. Metallic blue. Hopefully it should look alright on the car. Get that mixed up and we'll start spraying. Alright, finally after a week or so of preparation, we're ready to lay down the first coat of paint. That's great. Kind of nervous. Where do I start? day after paint. Gonna look at chucking everything back on today. If it's cured enough, maybe give it a bit of a buff, but I've got to work out how long you're meant to leave it before that. But yeah, we'll get it all back together. Hopefully we can get a little bit of sunlight today, then we can have a look at what the colour actually looks like. But just from seeing it in here, it looks pretty rad. Pretty close to the colour I sort of wanted. It was hard to tell in a little square thing in the sample thing of actually what colour it's going to be. But yeah, no, pretty stoked on it. So let's chuck it all back together.
Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
Alright, all done, all painted up, all polished up as well. I just polished it by hand with a microfiber cloth and a little bit of polish, and made up some lights and that for it as well. So basically just got a bit of steel bar there and a little flat plate, put some alley sheet on there. So I'm sick of breaking normal headlights, and they're getting harder to find. So I've got those. I've got the light bar, which is nice and bright anyway, so that's good. I've got these corner lights back on. They're broken factory ones, so they're no good to anyone apart from a drift car anyway, so I've got those on. This one's actually cracked in half through here, so they're fine for this car. Then did some lights on the rear as well. Same thing, just added a bit of alloy. Painted them up to look kind of like a normal light. Don't really like these LED light things. They kind of stick out a bit too much. I wish I actually got just like a little strip or so that you can't see as much, but from a distance it kind of looks like a light, so that's alright. Same thing, just made up some mounts for them in there, chuck them in. So yeah, overall pretty stoked on it. There's a few little bits that aren't too good. There's a lot of prep work that I didn't do because I couldn't be bothered. These doors were pretty average. This one had a whole heap of dents in it as well. And then I worked out afterwards that I had a few mint doors out the back that I could have used. So yeah, anyway, the doors are going to get hit by people anyway. When they get hit, I've got a bit of paint left over. I can always do the other doors, paint them, bolt them on, so that's cool. The only thing on the car that is basically the car is the roof. Everything else bolts on and off. You got your over fenders, boot, bumpers, side skirts, and bonnet and front guards and front bumper. All that comes off, so the only thing that's actually on the car that you see that's blue is the roof. So yeah, if we need to put any other panels or whatnot on, we can just paint them up and chuck them on. But yeah, looks pretty cool in the sun. Took some shots out there. I'll either chuck them in before or after this. Try and learn how to do those kind of shots or whatever. But yeah, I didn't do a lot of filming for this one. Probably didn't do a very good video as such. I kind of just got in and got it done because I just wanted to get it done and get it ready for when we can go back out and do some drifting. So yeah, if you watched this far in the video, thanks, and yeah, leave a comment what you think of the new colour, and if you like it, chuck a like, really helps out. So yeah, keen to keep doing more of these videos if you're keen to keep watching. Anyway, catch you later.